Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ben, and in this video I'm going to be testing out the TD-805 from TidRadio, as well as a few accessories that they've sent me. So a while ago TidRadio sent me out the TD-803 for review, and like I say, they've just sent me the TD-808, and you can see that the TD-808 is the kind of big brother to the TD-803. So we're going to put that to one side, but they've also sent me out a few accessories as well. They've sent me the TD-805S Stubby VHF and UHF antenna, so we're going to take that out and test that out and see how well that works. The other antenna they've sent me is the TD-771, the whip antenna, so we'll try that out as well at the same time, as well as the stock antenna. And finally they've sent me the TD-HM060, I think that is, hand microphone. So again, we'll take that out and see how well that performs. So first of all, I want to test out the output power of this radio, and we're on 2 meters at the moment, so 145 megahertz, and I've connected the Shawcom SW33 power meter. So let's just see what we've got there, and straight away you can see we've got a solid 9 watts there on the 2 meter band. Let's switch that over to 70 sems. So I'm on 430 megahertz, and let's just try the same again. And there you go, another solid sort of 9 or 10 watts, so just shy of 10 watts on 70 sems as well. But let's see how clean this radio is. So let's get it plugged into the Tiny SA next. So I've got the TD-808 plugged into the Tiny SA spectrum analyzer so that we can test for any harmonics, and we're going through a 10 watt 40 dB attenuator. So we're going to go to measure, and we're going to go for a harmonic. We're going to pop the bass frequency in, which is 145.5 megahertz, which I've got the radio set to, and then we're going to set the attenuation or the gain. So we need to go into level, external gain, and like I said, we've got 40 dBs or minus 40 dBs of gain to add there. So let's see how clean the TD-808 really is then. So you can see the fundamental is giving us 36 decibels roughly, and that's that first harmonic where the number 2 pointer is, it says minus 60 or minus 61 even. So very, very clean radio that compared to some of the others that we've tested. Right, so I'm at my first location. This is where I like to come and work portable when I'm working the International Space Station, mainly doing the SSTV events. But I'm out in the field, just on the outskirts of town, about a mile away from where Richard is, over in that direction. He's at his home QTH, so I'm going to give him a call on 2 meters first of all, just using the stock antenna on the TD-808. G0VCW, G0VCW, M7FRS. How copy, Richard?
Yeah, M7FRS, G0VCW. Yeah, got you, Ben. You got me. I've reduced to low power, so I'll sort of match the handheld over.
G0VCW, M7FRS, with a lorry going past on the road. Yeah, still getting you there, Richard. A little bit of white noise, but I'm about a mile away from your home QTH. And just let us know what your working conditions are, if you don't mind, please, Richard, over.
Yeah, Golf 0 Victor Charlie Whiskey returning to M7FRS. Yeah, okay, Ben. Good morning to you. Yeah, work conditions are Yaesu 991A. I'm actually, I popped it back up to 10 watts. I was on 5 watts. I'm now on 10 watts, and it's a temporary setup. As you know, we've moved house recently, so I'm just on a little white stick collinear in the garden, literally on a 5-foot pole just outside the French doors. So nothing of any height, but just gives me an advantage over using the handheld and a rubber duck. So hope you're getting that all okay, Ben. Give you a signal report on the next over.
G0VCW, M7FRS. Yeah, all copied there, Richard. Thanks for the the information there. Yeah, if you give us a signal report, that'd be good. And this little radio's got 5 bars, and you were lighting up all 5. I say a little bit of white noise, but lighting up all 5 bars on the S meter.
M7FRS, G0VCW. Okay, Ben. Well, slight little bit of fluctuation in the signal, obviously, because you're on a handheld. But you're from plus 20 dB over 9 up to plus 40 over 9, sort of wavering backwards and forwards. So absolutely no problem in receiving you at all. Q5 BBC quality audio from the handheld. So really good bassy audio, Ben. So yeah, very, very good. Back to you.
Yeah, perfect. All received, Richard. Well, I've got a few little accessories from TidRadio to try out. So what I'll do is I'll try out the this one's the TD-805S whip antenna, which is very similar to the Nagoya one. So I'll just quickly switch antennas and see if that's made any improvement. Over. G0VCW M7FRS. I wonder if you copy me now, Richard. That's on the longer whip antenna. G0VCW M7FRS.
I got you, Ben. Looks like you're lighting up the red, so looks like you're above 9 into the plus decibels, Ben, on that antenna. Is that the one you're on at the moment, Ben? Over.
No, strangely enough, I've just changed back to the stock antenna. I've just tried the whip, and I don't think you could hear me at all. So I've just switched back, which is odd because maybe there's a poor connection in that one. What I'll do next then, don't hold up a lot of hope if that one didn't work, but we'll try the little stubby antenna, see if you can get me on that one, if that's okay.
Yeah, well, I was concerned, Ben. I put the squelch down to just so it's just above sort of cutting the noise out, and it was as if it was trying to break the squelch, and I was just wondering, I thought, well, it can't be surely that much difference, but maybe so. So, as I say, it could be a bad connection or something, but yeah, chalk and cheese otherwise. So, yeah, I'll stand by for the stubby aerial. M7FRS doing tests with Golf Zero Victor Charlie Whiskey. Over.
Yeah, sorry, Richard, I was just switching antennas over. That was the stock antenna, the last over you had. But I'm now on the little stubby one. Just as I was screwing it in, I think you said you've upped your power a little bit, so you're a nice signal to me, but I'm just on the tiny little stubby antenna. How are you getting me now, Richard?
Yeah, okay, you're a solid S5. It's very stable S5. Bit more white noise than on the original one. And I've upped my power to 20 watts just in case you couldn't hear me because of the not as good reception. But so that will, I don't know if I'm going to turn it while I'm, yeah, I can. Here we go. So that's reducing the power back down to, let's put it on 10 watts. So that's back on 10 watts I'm now operating on there, Ben. So I wonder whether you can still receive me on the stubby aerial on 10 watts, over.
Yeah, perfect. Nice clear audio, and not much white noise at all on that one. So yeah, all good. Thanks, Richard. I'll just try that other one more time, but yeah, I think there's a funny connection in the longer one. G0VCW M7FRS. You get me now, Richard? Doesn't look like he's getting me, does it? So definitely something not quite right about that antenna, but never mind. We'll swap back to the other one. G0VCW M7FRS. That's definitely not working on that one, Richard.
Negative. There's not no break in the threshold whatsoever. I think what I was getting before was actually some little bit of local interference. It was just because it was I see a few spikes across the waterfall, Ben. So I think that's what that was. So yeah, no copy at all on that area whatsoever. M7FRS G0VCW returning.
G0VCW M7FRS. Yeah, cheers, Richard. And I'll head over to the next location and we'll try something different. Okay, so I'm now at my second location. The first location, I was about a mile as the crow flies from Richard's home QTH. He's sort of in the middle of town. I was right on the outskirts. Let's say on the outskirts again. I'm now about 2 miles from Richard. He's about 2 miles over in that direction. And for those of you that know, well, Lowestoft, where I live, the Pleasurewood Hills American Theme Park is literally right there. I'm virtually at the end of their car park. So I'm about 2 miles from the middle of town where Richard is. I'm going to give him a call on 2 meters again and on the stock antenna and just see if he can hear me. G0VCW, G0VCW M7FRS. How you getting me now, Richard? I'm on the stock antenna on the TD-805S, which is doing just about 9 watts and about 2 miles away from your QTH, ever?
M7FRS, G0VCW returning. Yes, okay, Ben. Well, no problem at all on the audio or whatsoever. You're an S8, a solid S8, and it's staying very, very stable at the moment. So, as you'd expect, being a bit further away, you've dropped out of the red out of the signal above sort of S9, but you're a very steady signal 8 now, Ben, and as in the previous location, Q5 audio, M7FRS G0VCW.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Richard. I'm just out of curiosity, I'm just going to try the little stubby antenna again, just to see if I can still get you at 2 miles on the stubby, ever? G0VCW M7FRS on the stubby antenna now. Richard, you get me on this one?
I'm getting you, Ben. I've had to put my power up because you're obviously not receiving me, but I'm getting you at about an S3, Ben, over.
Yeah, I'll receive. Thanks, Richard. Well, I'm getting you, you're still showing me five bars on the S meter on the little TD-805S, so that's absolutely fine. Shall we try 70 sems if that's okay? So we're on 2 meters at the moment. We could try 70 sems, 433.575 if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem, but maybe put over to the stock antenna for starters, so I've got a chance of hearing you on 70, if that's okay.
Yeah, will do. I'll swap now. I'll QSY. G0VCW, G0VCW, M7FRS, M7FRS. How copy on 70 sems, Richard, over?
Yeah, lovely signal, Ben, from G0VCW returning. Yeah, S5, solid S, yeah, S5. Fully quieting though, no noise apart from wind noise, over.
Yeah, brilliant, perfect. You're much louder on this one as well, Richard. I'll just swap over to that little stubby antenna again on 70 sems and see if that works well.
Yeah, okay, yeah, likewise, you're louder as well. That's strange, that one, and I was only on 5 watts then. I'd reduced my power down and I was trying to reduce the squelch, and so I was only on 5 watts then as well, so I've put it back up to 10. So I'll wait for you to change over to the stubby antenna, and yeah, I'll wait to see if we can copy on that one.
Right, let's change to the stubby then. There's a deer just ran right past me. It's because there's people walking the dogs. I scared the deer. The deer's literally just run right behind the camera. G0VCW M7FRS now on the stubby antenna. And I was just saying on camera that there was a deer just ran right past me. There's some dog walkers behind us. Obviously, spooked a deer, and he's not worried about me. He's literally just run a few metres behind the camera. So I'm right out in nature at the moment. Richard, ever?
Hey, Ben. Yeah, got a copy on you. You're going between S0 and signal S1, so your audio is holding up. It's quite fluttery. Nearly goes into the white noise when it goes down to S0, obviously. But when it's up at S1, you're fully copyable and still got the loud audio, over.
Yeah, I'll receive. I'll just swap back to the other antenna then, and we'll try the speaker mic. G0VCW, G0VCW M7FRS. I'm on the TidRadio HM060 speaker mic. It's got quite a nice feel to it, this one, Richard. It's a bit more solid than some of the other budget ones that you can pick up on the market. I wonder what the audio's like. Go ahead.
M7FRS from G0VCW. Okay, Ben, that's a lovely audio. It's probably added as you know, I've got quite sensitive hearing, so possibly normal people say it's no difference, but to me it's added a slight bit of bass to it, and I do like quite bassy audio. So it's just as loud. It's not changed the volume, so it's still a very, very loud signal on 70 sems, but it has gone a bit bassier, so which I quite like. Yeah, you can't tell that you're using. You know, sometimes, as you well know, you get quite poor audio on some of these speaker mics, but there's no problem with that whatsoever. Ben, back to you.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Richard. Really appreciate the audio report, and I'm pleased with that. So it seems like a nice microphone. It's got a nice push to talk on the side of it, decent size, very positive. better than some of the other ones I've had. So yeah, I'm pleased with this one. This is probably going to be my go-to speaker mic, I think, from now on. So yeah, really pleased with that. Shame about the big antenna. Must have just been unlucky, I think, with that and got a dodgy one. But the stock antenna seems to be working quite well at 2 miles away. Like I say, I'm out in the open countryside, but there is a lot of buildings between where you are and I am, which explains probably why 77s was working slightly better than 2 meters. But thanks as always for the test there, Richard, and we'll catch you a little bit further down. 7-3. So there you go, that's the TidRadio TD-805 and accessories. Thanks again to Richard for helping me out with the signal reports. Please remember to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.